Good morning, everybody. This is Jeff J. Brown, China Rising Radio Sinoland, Shenzhen, just south of the Tropic of Cancer, and it's a tough day for China. Not in China, but it's a tough day for the Chinese around the world because the Western big lie propaganda machine really just starts foaming at the mouth about the Tiananmen Square protests June 4th, 1989, now completely debunked and proven to be a mainstream media fabrication. If you don't believe me, listen on. This is entitled, and you really need to get to the source article, ChinaRising.puntopress.com. Go to the blog tab, click on it, or on the YouTube video or the SoundCloud recording. I will put the link to this article in there for you to follow up, because there's tons of links, and the links to the two articles I'm going to tell you about, and a very historically important document that very, very few people have ever seen, and I'm posting it in this article. It is called, this article, podcast, Tall Tiananmen Tales and the Little Red Pill, 2 China Rising Radio Sinoland classics for this June 4th. And the photo that goes with it is that great scene in The Matrix where Keanu Reeves, who he plays Neo, and Lawrence Fishburne, the guru, the black guy, the bald-headed guy with the dark glasses. He's offering Neo a little red pill and a little blue pill, and the blue pill will keep Neo ensconced in the cocoon of irreality, the mainstream propaganda irreality, and the red pill will expose him to the truth. And of course, he takes the red pill. And the byline, or the caption to this photo: Neo taking the red pill of truth in the movie The Matrix. Count me in. As a service to China Rising Radio Sinoland fans around the world, herewith is a reprint of the classic article, Tall Tiananmen Tales and the Little Red Pill, featured on the Greenville Post. Every June 4th, the Western anti-China, anti-communist propaganda machine reaches foaming at the mouth levels. This timeless recount of author Jeff J. Brown's journey of discovery and the truth is just the vaccine you need for mainstream media rabies. Don't howl at the moon, instead expand your horizons. That was back in the day when I used to talk in the third person. Now I talk in the first person. So I should say this timeless recount of my journey of discovery and truth, because now I quit doing the third person. Both articles have tons of links to research. Since last year, I found more crushing evidence that the CIA/Department of State/U.S. Embassy was the master puppeteer behind all the subterfuge. Gene Sharp, the founding father and architect of Western Empire's Color Revolution playbook, the blueprint for overthrowing governments that are not colonial whores, was in Tiananmen Square before, during, and after June 4th, 1989. In fact, as the two articles below explain, Tiananmen was the model later used in countries all over the world, and still is, to destroy independent governments. Mr. Sharp spent his career hiding behind his phony NGO, non-governmental organization. It was everything but non-governmental. The Albert Einstein Institution, his avuncular mean and, quote, peaceful non-violent sanctions and struggles, end of quote. Naming his CIA storefront after Albert Einstein is a twisted irony, given that this eminent scientist was a true blue socialist and pacifist. In fact, all of Sharp's heinous, dirty work caused the death, injury, torture, and impoverishment of countless millions of people around the world, as well as the destruction of entire countries. Mr. Sharp wrote about his time in Tiananmen Square in the newsletter linked below, which was published in the fall of 1989. The article is pure Orwellian doublespeak, just the kind of pablum CIA tripe that journalists at the New York Times, CNN, and BBC make well-paid careers out of. It is deliciously awful, but it proves Sharp was there. This article confirms that Deng Xiaoping evicted Gene Sharp on June 6, 1989 for obvious reasons, and then there's a hyperlink. Enough said, and then there's the link to this non-violent sanctions newsletter that Gene Sharp wrote talking about his time in Tiananmen Square during the protests. Then there is my article linked, Tall Tiananmen Tales and the Little Red Pill. Bonus article, I had completely forgotten about this article written last year, which was also posted on the Greenville Post. It has lots of fresh details and information based on my ongoing research. Be forewarned, there are some gruesome photos, and that is no joke. The title of it is The Ritualistic Annual Western Flogging of the Chinese People Takes Place Today. Note, when finishing reading, listening to, and or watching this column and podcast, sharing is caring about humanity's future and getting the non-mainstream truth out to a wider audience. Please tell your family, friends, and colleagues about China Rising Radio Sinoland. Post and follow it on all your social media. Sign up for the email alerts on this blog page so you don't miss a beat. China is your key to understanding how the world works and where you are headed into the 21st century. So read the China trilogy. You will be so glad you did. That's it, everybody. Have a wonderful morning and a more informed, more truthful, more honest, non-propagandized, non-Orwellian June 4th, 2018. Bye-bye.